Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the corporate talk of professional practice. Here today we have 3 landscape architects from retail developer. Okay, the first one we have Mr. Oszizy, and the second panel we have Miss Syaza, and third panel we have Miss Min. Okay, today we are gonna talk about the tender stages by client. So I heard there are 3 stages of tender strategy by client, which first is open tender, second is selective tender, and third is negotiate tender. So Mr. Oszizy, can you help us by share a bit about it?
Okay, thank you. Okay, there are several tender strategies. Okay, the first one is open tender. Okay, for the open tender, the tender is offered to all the consultant or contractors. Okay, how it open? It open by the advertisement in newspaper, in the website, consultant firm or others. Okay, and for advantages of this, the first one is various price offered by tenderers. Okay, it's competitive. Okay, and for disadvantages, it is require a lot of time to choose the quotation consultant. See, there's many, so it take time to choose another one, choose the best for the projects. Okay, the second one is the selective tender. Selective tender is offered to the trust consultant or contractor based on client judgment. Okay, it's only allow consultant to submit tender by invitation. If your company are not invited, you are not allowed to give your tenders. Okay, a pre-selected of possible consultant is prepared, announced by the track of record, and suitable of contract by the size, nature, and the complexity required for the certain projects. Okay, and then the selective tenderer might be asked if they are interested for the contract, and they decide to inform whether they want the project or not. If they want, they can proceed with the project. If they don't want, they have to reply in order us to know whether the consultant wants to continue the project or not. Okay, last one, the number of consultant contractor invite at delivery is more than 6. Okay, if there are many, it's become more complex. Okay, for the advantage of this, okay, first, it's reduced time and cost because we have a limited list of tenderers. Okay, and for the disadvantages, the number of interested consultant or contractor might be less. Okay, and then the last one is negotiated tender. Okay, it's offer a single consultant. It's directly offered to you. Okay, for example, okay, I give this one to you. This one to you. So it's offered directly to the client, to the contractor. Okay, the selection, appoint, tender are based on the consultant track. They got a previous relationship. Okay, since they work together before, so they know the potential, the strength of the consultant. So by this, they just give the project directly to the contractor. Okay, it's getting a negotiation, conversation. Both parties feel it's fair to both. Okay, so it's allow early consultant or contractor involvement. Okay, the project will proceed early because there's no list. It's only one tender, so we can proceed in the short duration of time. Okay, and then disadvantages. Okay, there are maybe a limited number of potential consulting. Okay, so we just basically know one company. If other company they have another potential, so we cannot use the potential. We just limited to their only one that already experienced.
Okay, for the tender process, can you elaborate a bit about tender process by client? Syaza, can you?
Okay, so hi. Tender processes actually have several elements that we need to stress on, which the first one, notice of tender, is basically the types of announcement that we need to announce to people that we have a project for the tenderers to enter and bid for the project. So notice of tender is basically we announce the project through PAM, ELAM, or even our websites, of the client website and also consultant website. However, the notice will be announced based on the types of tender we open, whether it is open tender, negotiated tender, or selective tender. If open tender, we can announce it widely or even in every consultant firms we can announce it. But if we choose selective or negotiate tender, we need to invite them personally or just email them about the project. Yeah. So for the submission, we need to tell in the notice we need for the submission, and it's basically on 12 noon on that specific day. If there is a tender submitted after the, it will not be submitted by us. Yeah. So the next one is actually the site briefing. After the notice, we're gonna have a site briefing. Site briefing is not the tender briefing, okay? So site briefing is actually a briefing that will be done on the site itself. Once the site is ready, then we don't know who will come, but the site briefing is basically where the consultants, the contractor will come and try to negotiate for the projects, and this is where the contractor and consultant will meet and buy the contractor document, and they will study about the document, and from the site brief they also will get the info, and this will help them to produce a better tender for the projects. And during the site briefing will be registered by us, the developers, by the clients, where we will take their business card, their company profile to know what is their strength, what is their abilities for the project, whether they are suitable or not. So after the site briefing, we gonna sit down together and choose which one is suitable for the project. Yeah. And the last one, after we selected, we shortlisted the shortlisted contractor will be invited for this is where the contractor will be given the project brief, the BQ for the project for them to make a comparison for their tender, and this is where they will know which is better price for them to offer to us. Yeah, I think that's all the tender process.
Oh, thank you. So we need to follow the process.
Yes.
And then actually, how do you guys evaluate the tender? So Miss Min, can you help us and tell us how do you guys evaluate?
Okay, so for tender evaluation, we actually evaluate tender by few criteria, and some of them are price, time, allocation of money, method statement, their safety and quality provided, the construction team experience, and also their presentation, how they present their ideas to us. And what's the purpose of this evaluation is, first one, to compare the price offered by each company, and second one is to compare the company background, whether they are professional or not, whether new or experienced, and also the organization itself, and also of course the experience. And quantity surveyor plays important role in tender evaluation because they have to check on description stated, the quantity, the rate, and also amount that is offered by each company in the tender. So yeah, that's okay. So how they evaluate? The first question is they are in respect of price and non-price factors that I've listed before, which is the price, time, and all. So the company with most selected criteria will be chosen for the tender. You can refer to our slides, and you can see in the schedule that company A is the selected company because it has most criteria selected. And the evaluation also is made by preferential treatments, which means whether it's locally produced goods or Bumiputra tenderers. And this tender evaluation is made by technical and financial evaluation committee.
Okay, so that's how they evaluate the tender, and then they will evaluate the tender of company A, B, C, and D. So after they evaluate, so how they choose the winner, the award? Can you tell us and share to us how the tender award will be awarded?
Okay, so for after evaluation, we have tender award. So tender award is made by Government Procurement Board of Ministry Department, and this procurement board will consider the tender if only the tender will not exceed 15 million for supply and service and 30 million ringgit for works. But if they exceed, then Minister of Finance will take over the job. They instead of Government of Department, the Minister of Finance will decide for them. And once decided, the letter of award will be issued to the successful tenderer.
Yeah.
So when the client has decided which one will get the tender, and based on evaluation, letter of acceptance will be issued to the contractor. And letter of acceptance is important because it is the only evidence that tell the tenderer that they got the tender. Letter of acceptance is a binding and valid document that is part of the contract between the client and the contractor. And what's inside letter of acceptance is the contract price, the completion period, the date of commencement of contract, the date of site possession, the condition of residents to commence work, and also the identity of signatory. So yeah, I think that's all about tender award. So
thank you so much. I think this talk is very informative for me and for you all. And I hope all of you out there understand how tender process is done from beginning till the end. Okay, thank you so much today for the Oszizy and Syaza and Miss Smith for with us today. Okay.